Hi, thank you for watching this short tutorial on how to judge an elementary speech and debate tournament. Our events for elementary speech and debate are storytelling, poetry, prose, OI or declamation, and duo interp. Those are the interpretive events. And then three platform events, informative, OO persuasive, and impromptu. The timing for elementary is up to the kids. You do not need to give any time signals unless you're doing debate or impromptu. You just start the timer as soon as the students start speaking and stop when they stop. And then you just write the time down on your ballot. You do not need to penalize them for going overtime. There's a 30-second grace period for all elementary speeches. And if they go over that, just mark it down on the ballot and they will take care of marking them down in the ranks. In the tab room, you don't want them to be marked down twice. So just judge it the way you normally would. Whoever you think did the best job is one, next is two, and on down the line, regardless of what their time was. The interp events are acting events. They're interpreting literature, so it should be a lot of fun. They should entertain you. There should be characters and there should be blocking and emotions. Storytelling, they are telling you a story. Poetry, there can be one poem or several poems that have like the same theme or topic. And in poetry, they do use a little black poetry notebook. In prose, it's similar to storytelling, but there's a lot more narration than you would find in storytelling, and they also use a little black notebook. For OI or declamation, they are doing a speech that's been published that somebody else already gave, and but they are speaking as if they are the ones giving the speech. And then there's duo interp, and in duo they can't look at each other and they can't touch each other. Doing that speech, but it should be one character that, or they may have more than one character each telling you that story. These should be entertaining. They should be a lot of fun. They should be easy to understand, and there should be a lot of different characters. The platform events, informative. They are teaching you something about a topic, and they're able to use visual aids. They're optional. OO persuasive is giving you an opinion regarding a topic in society. And then there's impromptu. Impromptu has a 7-minute total bank. Regardless of how the student decides to use those 7 minutes, they can use it any way they want. They can prep for a minute, speak for 6 minutes, prep for 2 minutes, speak for 5 minutes. They can prep for 6 minutes and speak for 1 minute. It's up to the student what they want to do. For these speeches, you look for eye contact, volume, a good pace, a speech that's well written and well delivered. So for impromptu, they're going to get choices for what topics they want to use. So you just give them a little slip of paper and they will see what the topics are. They choose one. As soon as they choose, you start timing 7 minutes. Total 7 minutes from beginning to end. So as they're prepping, you can give verbal time signals. So if they're prepping their speech, you can say 1 minute gone, then 2 minutes gone. But as soon as they switch over and they start speaking, you're going to want to go to hand signals because you don't want to interrupt them. So say that 2 minutes are gone, you would show 5 minutes with your fingers. When 3 minutes are gone, you show four. 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left, 1 minute left, 30 seconds left, and then you just do a fist for time and make sure you do it big and make sure that they see you. If they keep talking, they keep talking. You just mark down whatever time they stop talking. They should be done by 7 minutes and mark down the time when they finish. Another quick thing for impromptu should be an actual on topic speech. So if they're given three choices and they pick a topic, they should speak on that topic. Sometimes students will have some canned speeches and they'll just relate their topic to a speech that they already have written in their back pocket. I would give the students who actually speak on the topic that they choose a higher ranking than those who seem to have some speeches that are more canned. Now, as you are watching the round, I would keep track, even if you're, putting the input on your phone or on a device. I like to keep track of the students as they're speaking. And so the first speaker comes out. They're going to be the best speakers so far because they're the only speakers so far. So I make like a little staircase and I put them at the top. First speaker is always the best so far. So the second speaker comes out, they do a good job, but you think, they didn't do quite as well as the first speaker. So you would put the speaker 2 as the second speaker on the stairs. So the first speaker is the number 1, second speaker is number 2. So then the third speaker comes out and you think, oh my goodness, this one is the best one so far, great speaker. So when they're done speaking, you would put them at the top of the stairs. So then 3 would be first, then you move 1 and 2 down in the same order. You keep them in the same order, move them down. So far you have 3, 1, 2, and then so on as the speakers go. And then when the round is over, you already know how you're going to rank the students and you make sure you don't forget anybody. On each ballot, please make sure you give feedback. We like to give what we call a compliment sandwich to elementary students. You give them a compliment, some helpful critique, and then another compliment so they do not get discouraged. We do want to be honest and helpful. These students work really hard and they appreciate good feedback, but they're little. And so we want to remember to be kind and encouraging. When it comes to SPAR, SPAR is debate. It's called spontaneous argument. You will get a room full of SPAR students. It won't just be 2 students. You're not just going to give like a win and a loss. So the students will come in. You can pair up speaker 1 and 2, speaker 3 and 4, speaker 5 and 6, and they have 3 choices of topic. Each student gets to cross one out, and they will debate on the topic that is left. You can flip a coin for affirmative and negation. AF goes first for 2 minutes. Negation goes next for 2 minutes. Then they have a cross-X for 4 minutes. They can raise their hand, ask each other questions. They can take questions from any of the students who are not debating at the moment. They can raise their hand and ask questions. That goes for 4 minutes. And then affirmative gets a 2-minute rebuttal. Negation gets a 2-minute rebuttal. And then it is over. So when the whole room is done debating, you will rank them as if it is an IE round. So you will give the first ranking, a 1, to the best debater in the room. 2 goes to the next best debater in the room, whether they were against the first speaker or any other speaker. The second best debater in the room gets the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. If there's an odd number of debaters, please just ask someone if they don't mind going a second time. They won't be marked down. Make sure they know that, but make sure that no one else in the room debates that odd number, and you can't debate the odd number. Make sure it's another student who debates that last student. So you will be doing your ballot on a device. Make sure you bring a device, even in-person tournaments. It can be a computer or it can be on your phone. And when you go to your email, you will click ballot accepted, and it will say, it won't say video room because you won't be in a video room. You'll be in person, but it will say the event, and it will let you know what round it is, and you can do all of that on a device. So please take this seriously and stay for the whole time. If you are an in-person tournament, please be the first and last one to enter the classroom. You're responsible for the classroom while the students are competing. We want to make sure that everything is left exactly the way it was, and teachers are happy with our tournament when the tournament is over. Please give the students your attention and make sure that you are kind. Judge and rank them very carefully. Turn your ballots in on time and make sure you stay until the end of the tournament. Thank you so much for judging at Elementary Speech and Debate. Hopefully this answered your questions, and hopefully you have a great time. Thanks again.